In Ad Week 2008, the bulk of the conversation was about cross-platform and the observation that consumers were moving from traditional platforms onto digital platforms. And Ad Week called it the paradigm shift to digital advertising. So now 2025 actually doesn't look so daunting when you think about the change that's happened in the last 8 years. So I'm going to take a go at this, and I'm going to look at it through the lens of 4 things that I think are going to have the most impact on audience measurement in 2025. They're these: technology, consumer behavior, ad models, and big data. Those 4 things. Millennials will watch more and more live TV. For as long as we've been measuring TV, older adults watch more live TV than younger adults. Millennials watch and will continue to watch more VOD than their 35 to 39-year-olds counterparts do today. Just because you can target doesn't necessarily mean that you should. Targeted advertising actually comes at a price. It's not cheap to do, it's actually expensive to do. And for products and services and brands that have got a really broad demographic reach, it may not be the best use of those advertising dollars.
We want to have a discussion here really of this general topic of what metrics should be foundational across media platforms. What are the core metrics, and are there metrics that should not be comparable?
We've done things to ourselves as an industry, maybe between negotiations of agencies and media partners, to scrutinize digital media farther than we've scrutinized any other form of media because we have the data. But I think we're coming out the other end of that now to a point in which we actually can see what the comparable metrics are. You can take a 15 or a 30-second spot and run it against a TV episode online or a TV episode on air and actually have comparable metrics.
So as an agency guy, I take a look at giving a visual, a multi-dimensional Venn diagram, where in the middle, there's got to be an audience. We have to know who the people are. We have to know whether they're actually being exposed to the ad, and whether it's a sufficient amount, it's reach and duplication and all that stuff. But you can't lose the dynamic of each media, and that's where the area outside the core center. Because whether it's radio or magazines or TV, they all bring something to the table.
It could be that the metrics at what drives TV effectiveness are very different than Facebook, or very different than what David brings to market. And if we don't start with that understanding, and then how you put it together in a way that Lyle could plan for it, we're just lost.
But every time you come into a new job, one of the things you think about is how do you incentivize your team? How do you create the right metrics so that, and that's really important. And whatever metrics you set ends up having a really interesting result on how they actually act.
I mean, like the people that you're trying to talk to as a marketer, understanding across all the mediums that somebody consumes media. Lyle, I mean, you buy across lots of mediums, and being able to understand, did I talk to this person? You know, maybe they were a millennial and they were only on mobile, maybe they are on TV, but that person is actually the foundational metric. And then everything from there is kind of a waterfall. Age and gender is the top of the waterfall, but I agree, it ultimately, once you get further down, it comes down, is the platform driving the outcomes that an advertiser cares about? And then as soon as you get much further down, it does become specific to the individual platform.
Thank you, everybody, for letting us share this dialogue and debate with you.